Hey everybody, welcome to this year's iPhone announcement. I'm Major Zarin. Of course, I'm joined by my panel of experts, friends, companions, and possibly lovers. The first person I'm going to introduce, and you're actually in the middle of this sandwich. Actually, John Bub.
Can we start a hashtag now? Hashtag beard sandwich.
Yes, that's what we're going to start doing.
See if we can get that to trend on Twitter.
John Bub from Tech News Weekly, of course, from the GFQ network. How you doing, John?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Excited about today, huh?
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is something that ever since we found out that we're going to have most likely larger iPhones, I think everybody's been very excited about this.
I think a lot of people are excited. Another person that's on the panel with us today is Josh Colman, Culmination, co-host at the T4 show. Professional wrestler Stevie Richards' manager, according to our chat room. How you doing, Colm?
I'm doing great. I shaved the beard up, got it nice and ready for today's Apple event, and it's wonderful to be back with the two of you. It feels familiar to me to be with you two on an Apple event.
Well, I mean, this is our twice a year gathering. Everybody's here twice a year. A lot of people in the chat room. Before we get the coverage, I see that they're about to start the event. You go to our website, gfqnetwork.com. If you're watching on any number of the sites that we're on, if you want to join our chat room, go to gfqnetwork.com or gfqlive.tv. Click on the Watch Live over there, and you could join our chat. About 170 people already in the chat room chatting it up. A lot of people are excited about this announcement. Now, potentially, we are going to see two iPhones, a 5.5-inch iPhone, possibly, and, of course, a 4.7-inch iPhone that we're all expecting, the iPhone 6 announcement. On top of that, people are speculating if we're going to see a wearable device, an iWatch, or some sort of band from Apple. What do you guys think? Before we get into this, what do you guys think is the odds that we're going to see an iWatch? Now, John, I'll go to you first.
Yeah. What's the question?
Do you think we're going to see an iWatch?
Gosh, that's something.
Wow,
that
you were just going. Wait, first of all, you're just coming right at it. You're just going iWatch immediately.
Yeah, sure.
That's what you're coming at him with. Wow. All right,
Well, this is something that's been rumored for 2 years, so it's almost like the vaporware type of thing. Like, oh, it's just vaporware, or until we see it, there's no such thing as an iWatch.
How about you, Josh? Do you think we're going to see something like this?
You know what? I think this event is all about the iPhone and what the iPhone has, and I think if we do see it, it will just be mentioned, and we will not get it till 2015.
Yeah,
we're getting the phone soon. If anything, they'll mention it, but I don't think anyone should get excited.
And, of course, chat room, participate with us. Do you think we're going to see some sort of wearable device from Apple throughout this event? I personally don't think we're going to get a physical device. I think we're going to see some sort of mock-up or some sort of sketch of what it will be, and they'll say, coming in 2015. Pretty much like what they did with the Mac Pro. Because that's what happened with that, right? They showed it, they displayed it, they announced it, but they didn't have it. They didn't have it functioning. It wasn't being released anytime soon.
What are the sales on that? Has that been a success, or they don't really?
They
talk
haven't
about
mentioned hardly anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, and what were the sales on a Mac Pro prior to this one?
True.
Let's think about it that way. It's not a device that's going to be hot to the market due to its price point. I mean, your entry level is about $3,000.
It's a niche market.
It is.
That's the thing with the Mac Pro is that, yes, that's something that there is a market for, but at the same time, it's such a small market because of the entry point in price.
They also have to announce two other things: an iPhone an iOS announcement on the release date, and of course a Yosemite announcement on the date for that. Because these are two things that have been in beta for a while, and generally they come out a week prior to the iPhone release. And since these two devices are going hand in hand this year, OS 10 and of course Yosemite and of course iOS 8 are going hand in hand. They should be releasing it at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I've been using Yosemite on my, I guess not my daily driver machine. So I've been using it and exploring what it has to offer. I'm very excited about it. I think you're totally right on that. iOS 8, I have not used at all with the beta, so I'm not sure how much better that is with what we're going to get, but I'm sure I'm excited to see what new things they have for it. But I'm also excited, Andrew, about their partnership now with Beats headphones, which I wear on my head. With the iPhone 6 possible announcement, is there going to be like one amazing quality that comes with the phone? Can you upgrade to like a wireless setup? I'm really looking forward to what they've like partnered with Beats for.
Yeah, I mean that actually makes a lot of sense. Will we see some sort of Beats integration? We've seen Beats integrated in HP laptops in the past, and HP phones, and HTC phones. So some sort of Beats integration would be phenomenal. I don't think we're going to see a lot of that with this current iPhone, because this iPhone has been in development for some time now, way before the acquisition of Beats. But John, do you think something like that is going to be
working?
John, do you think something like that is going to be, a story here? Are they going to talk about some sort of Beats integration? Are they going to talk about stuff like that? Or do you think they're just going to keep this, there's going to be no really big surprise with the phone?
I think it's certainly possible that we could hear some sort of Beats integration with the new iPhone. I would not rule something like that out. That's something that already has a proven track record with HP, like you said. So I don't see it being something they couldn't easily integrate into the next iPhone.
So, by the way, guys, for people wondering, Apple is having a tremendous problem with the satellite truck, apparently, because this is what you are seeing if you are on the Apple website right now, watching this event. The satellite truck is having some communication issues, so we are now waiting to see what happens.
Their files from iCloud.com.
Yeah, maybe they backed it up on iCloud. Maybe. And that's another story here, right? A lot of this is cloud-centric.
That service is so shady.
You're not a big fan of iCloud.
Get into it? I'm not a big fan. It should not be defaulted that your pictures are going to be saved anywhere, because you never know what you're taking pictures of. You're taking pictures of license, like not even talking about the pictures that the celebrities that got released, but you're taking pictures of license, passports, shipping addresses, like all those things are out there. Like, I mean, that should not be something that should be turned on, in my opinion. So
here's my issue with iCloud and everything that's been happening. iCloud's security is really lacking. And you could initiate, and I'm going to demo this on What the Tech after the show. You could pretty much access someone's account if you know them without even acquiring a password. All you need is their email address and a couple facts about their lives. Like,
I think that's true of most services, though. I don't think that's something you can say specifically is iCloud only. I think that's something that you could say about most services, not just iCloud.
Well, I'll tell you something. I mean, Google does a phenomenal job at this.
I think Dropbox does a phenomenal job with that.
Dropbox does a great job. I mean, I don't know any other service that you could pretty much bypass the password and put in, any just basic information about the person and be able to activate the password or redo the password. It's a little weird.
The no lockout part is the part that I really am upset about. Like, it doesn't, after 3 attempts, lockout, you have to email them and reset the whole password.
Yeah. And by the way, they do offer two-factor authentication. They do that, but the reality is 90% of people out there using an iPhone are not doing two-factor authentication with their iPhone.
No.
I mean, that's the reality of it. It's a pain in the butt for many people. They don't want to deal with the hassle of having to, put in extra information every time that they're doing something.
Well, it is, and then you still got to actually have to get the text messages, and that's not a foolproof system yet.
Yeah.
I've done two-factor authentication on some services, and sometimes you don't get the text message with that code in it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So right now, they're not really showing much. They're showing the...
They're taking you through a timeline of previous Mac computers. Tim Cook is on the stage. They're showing the Apple II and the iMac.
And the stream is still frozen. I mean, if you look at the website, this is what you were seeing right now on the Apple website. I don't know if it's working on Apple TV or any of the other devices, but they are having some major issues here with their feed. First time I've ever seen that happen, really, from Apple. Does this indicate the anticipation and the excitement behind this announcement? Because it is a big announcement. The iPhone 6 is a big announcement.
Huge.
it's probably the biggest. I mean, the iPhone 5 was big too, but really every other one is the one that people want. So a lot of people possibly are tuning in. I don't know, but there is a satellite issue. A major. It says Apple special event, Flint Center, Cupertino, TV truck schedule.
Have you tried refreshing?
I have.
Okay.
You know, something I'm pretty excited about with the new phone is I hear about this new sapphire glass technology is where they'll be able to drop a phone and it will not crack or break. Is that what you guys have heard too?
I think that's a myth. Because I've actually looked into this and some of the YouTube's videos out there and a website that did some testing. I can't remember the specific name of the website, but I know that Marcus Brownlee is one of the guys that's done some tests with this. What it comes down to is that Sapphire actually is a very amazing product in the sense that it is tougher in certain circumstances than Gorilla Glass. Sometimes as much as 25% stronger. Like if you're just trying to scratch the surface of it, it's about 25% stronger than Gorilla Glass. However, in terms of flexibility, it's nowhere near as flexible as Gorilla Glass. They did flexibility tests, and you can actually see them in high speed. Take video of them stretching and bending the actual glass, and the sapphire glass will actually break much quicker than it will with Gorilla Glass. So in terms of that, in terms of flexibility, if you're doing a drop, it's actually a lot more brittle.
So the feed was back for a while, and it totally went away.
I have it right now on my phone.
Yeah, it keeps dying here.
I heard they also added a channel of the Apple TV this morning. You could watch.
Yeah, you can watch on the Apple TV as well. But right now they're just demoing everything. We're looking at the iPhone.
Oh,
there you go. Here's the audio from this.
You got it?
Yeah,
hello,
are you playing?
Everybody, welcome to
that's
the
me.
Apple
If you
event.
want it,
Yeah, play it.
I think they're going into a video.
Yeah, it seems like it, but there seems to be a major issue with the feed where it keeps cutting in and out.
Are they showing the new iPhone now?
Yeah.
Already? Showing iPhone launch video. Yep, that's what I have. Today we are launching the biggest advancement in the history of the iPhone. We're going straight into
I don't have any
new
audio
phone.
on it though.
All right, here we go. I have it actually. Here you go. Well, it's frozen again. So this is actually a nightmare. Their feed.
Did you see my gimmick?
No.
So it is in two sizes. They are going to do a 4.7 inch and 5.5 inch.
Yeah. So now it's been confirmed that there are two sizes.
Oh. And it does have the protruding camera.
Here we go.
It's kind of weird.
It's got curved
It looks
edges.
exactly like the leaks.
Yeah, they're having a ton of issues here. There we go. So there you go. Two sizes. And the feed is constantly resetting.
Are you guys okay with the two sizes? Because I've had a long conversation with my wife who is in the market for an upgrade, and she does not want a phone bigger than the 4-inch phone that she has right now. She said if it's 4.7, I don't want it.
That's awful. That is somebody that's never had a 4.7 inch phone in their life.
True, but she has small hands.
Yeah, well, here's the problem. I think a lot of people are feeling that way with this phone. A lot of people don't want a larger screen, but I think once they go to a 4.7-inch display, they're going to be fine with it. I think the problem here is the 5.5-inch screen. It's not going to be for everybody.
No.
That's the device that's not
that.
for everybody. Well, you tell me about your experience with it.
I had the Note 3, and after 3 months, it got to the point when I'm busy in my life, and I have a kid in one hand, and I'm trying to put my car away and lock everything in another, and then I get a text from my wife. I couldn't do what I need to do with one hand. I'd have to use both hands.
There you go.
In a rush situation. iPhone 6 Plus. They're plussing it up. They're stealing from Walt Disney. That's one of his terms.
iPhone 6 Plus.
It looks very similar to this. Look at, if you could put it on me.
It's in Chinese, actually.
I mean, doesn't it?
These are a new generation Retina displays.
They have gone to the Chinese feed because the American feed is not working.
Oh, that's awful.
Wait, so one has Retina HD or they both do?
Let's see. I believe they both do. John, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you go and you look at the feed and see what information is coming here.
worked hard to make them the best we know how, from their ion-strengthened glass all the way down to new...
Yeah, right now we have Phil Schiller talking about the iPhone.
He's talking about the ion strengthened glass. So it's a much
ion strengthened.
Yeah, so it's a much
So it's
stronger
not
glass.
sapphire?
You'll note he hasn't said sapphire yet.
No.
So I'm curious about that. Why hasn't he said sapphire? Because a lot of the rumors were hinting that it was going to be a sapphire display.
Improved.
So John, what have you heard?
polarizer.
You've heard that it is not necessarily stronger than Gorilla Glass 3?
There's
No, he said
caveats
20%.
to it.
Okay.
In terms of a scratch test, it is stronger than Gorilla Glass by about 25%. However, if you're actually looking at the flexibility, in the case of it dropping and it being able to take an impact resistance is actually less than what you would get with Gorilla Glass, because Gorilla Glass is more flexible than Sapphire is. But that's just part of that is just the nature of Sapphire to begin with. Sapphire is a much more harder. It's actually, I think, one of the most hardest materials out there, just below diamond.
Yes. So there's two resolutions they're showing. I don't know if this is to the different sizes. It's 1334 by 750 at 326 ppi, and then the other stat they have here is 1920 by 1080 401 ppi. Does that mean you only get a 1080p on the 5.5?
Yeah, 1920 by 1080 on the. I guess it has to do with the resolution. 1 million pixels. They're saying.
Wait, there's a 4-inch version.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
I think that's is that the previous?
It looks like it's the previous. I mean, I can't really tell by that image, but
I think it's the 5S.
So the new one you only is a 1080p. That's
Yeah, 38% more pixels,
fast.
150% more pixels on the larger one. I'm surprised they came out swinging like this.
Yeah, that must mean that we're getting the watch for sure, 100%. All right, so wait, the iPhone 6 is 6.9 millimeters. The iPhone 6 Plus is 7.1 millimeters compared to 7.6 in the 5.6. So, to the 5S, I mean. So it's actually a thinner phone than the 5S.
Do the specs again? What's the?
All right, so like the biggest one is 7.1 millimeters. The old 5S was 7.6, and then the iPhone 6, the regular version, is 6.9. It's even thinner. So it's a thinner phone.
I guess the 7.6 millimeter version is the iPhone 5. It's the previous generation. 6.9 and 7.2. I guess, the middle of the road is a little thinner, but why is that? And do you see the cameras protruding in the back?
That is true.
Yeah.
I guess case makers are going to have to make something to cradle that.
So they're saying liquid ion glass, ion straightened glass, improved polarizer, photo aligning IPS liquid crystal, ultra thin backlit. So this is interesting. A lot of good specs coming out of here.
You know what else I find interesting? The pictures they're showing on it are of a snow. Does that mean this is not released until winter?
Oh, no. They're gonna have
speculation.
Speculating. Okay.
All right. Oh, listen to that. Messages app has a new horizontal 2-up display. Weather shows more of your day. Stock show new horizontal view. Mail shows more. Keyboard on iPhone 6 Plus shows more keys, including dedicated keys for cut, copy, and paste.
You know,
what is it?
The 5.5 inch does not. I mean, right now I have a 5.5 inch phone right here, and it doesn't really look that much larger from this. And I was actually scared that it was going to be a little bigger. Because it has so much headroom and on the bottom for the Touch ID, so it's not really using that much space on the top and the bottom.
It's crazy.
So there's something called a horizontal home screen view with dock on right side, making phones easier to use with one hand now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're talking about one hand mode, and I think it's necessary with a big phone like this.
See, I tried that mode. Samsung has a similar mode, and you have to use it all the time for it to be effective.
And it has landscape mode now on the bigger phone. I don't know if it's going to be like that on the 4.7, but they're showing landscape mode on the iPhone. I mean, this is a phablet, right? The 5.5 inch, they're treating it as if it's a phablet.
Yes.
And I think that's an appropriate way to treat this device.
On the site now.
Which say, I'm sorry.
The power button is on the side now.
The power button is on the side instead of the top. Yeah, so
we need to find out what it has inside to compare it to like a OnePlus One. That's what we need to know.
The specs. By the way, Apple's feed is dead. So we are trying our best to get the feed. Once we do, obviously, we're going to be showing it again with us. But if you're on any of these websites, go on, stream up any of them. You can go to our website, gfqlive.tv, chat with us there. 230 people in the chat room. You could change your nickname. Let us know what you think of the announcement so far. They're showing new keyboard keys and shortcut keys for this thing right now. They're displaying Wall Street Journal. They're showing what it looks like when you open up CNN and the amount of space that you get. You know what's amazing? For a lot of people, this phone does not seem like it's a small phone, the iPhone, the current iPhone. But when you take the phone and you put it next to not so much the 4.7, but the 5.5, it is a tiny phone. It is tiny, the iPhone.
I have a comparison here on my shot of this is an iPhone 5 with a HTC One. I mean, it's thick. So, yeah, they could definitely shave some off of it. And I think that's how they're going to convince people that you could still use a phone like this because it's so thin.
John, I mean, we've spoken about this for a while now. You have the iPhone, and you do say it's too small. The screen size is too small.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing stuff that has to do with media, watching a movie, if this is your only device, you want something bigger than 4 inches.
But would you, for someone that has not had a big phone, and this is a question I'm asking a lot of people, for someone that has not had, the gradual increase in screen size. Like I went from a 4-inch phone to a 4.2-inch phone for 4.7 because I've been on Android and we've had the ability to kind of pick and choose whatever we want. I have made my way to a 5.5-inch phone, but it took me about 3 years to get there. I think if I had gone from a 4-inch Android device to a 5.5-inch Android device, I would have thought this thing is way too big. Is that going to be the case with a lot of people where the phone is just going to be a little too big for them at first?
Yeah, and let me relate to this. When I bought my 24-inch monitor, I was using basically a 20-inch 16:9 monitor, and I thought, man, this sucker is huge. And you remember me saying that when I got this monitor, that 24 inches it's gigantic. Now
too small.
I'm like, 24 inches, this is not that big anymore. I could actually go bigger.
I agree.
I think we could all go bigger, John.
I got some specs. Specs here. The A8 chip there's 2 billion transistors on it and has 64-bit support. It uses 20 nanometer process. That's 25% faster CPU performance compared to the A7, and it's 13% smaller chip than the A7.
So that's why they're able to go thinner.
That's why they're able to go thinner, but this is how it relates to what we consider, like, what is in your phone? It's a Snapdragon, I believe.
It's a 801 Snapdragon. It's a newer Snapdragon. Right. I don't remember which one it is.
It says we also have 50 times faster than the original iPhone CPU and 84 times faster on graphics. Why would they compare it to the original iPhone? Makes zero sense.
2 billion.
It also is, this is good, 50% more energy efficient than the A7. That means that's going to increase battery life.
Which they have to if it's a larger screen.
Yeah. 25% faster CPU. I think you're looking at the same thing. They're talking about the CPU performance. Up to 84 times faster. I don't know what that is. 84 times faster than what? Apple likes to throw these numbers around.
The original iPhone.
It says on graphics, yeah.
Okay. Which one?
It's dumb.
The original.
The original iPhone.
Okay.
2007.
Geez, I would hope that it's much faster. Remember, they're doing different architecture too, so they're handling video in a different way. We saw this announced with the iOS announcement. And we saw that they were going to handle video a little bit different, which is phenomenal. And it's going to benefit everybody, even current iPhone owners on the 5 or the 4S, because it's going to be, just the way that the operating system is functioning at this point.
If Apple can't even do live events in 2014, how is that even possible?
You have to contact WWE.
Anyway, I don't understand.
Go ahead, John. Why don't you any specs you're seeing?
They were just talking about the metal for games, and that the developers are going to be able to use the metal to do
it's
even more
platform.
Yeah, basically, this is what they were talking about back at WWDC. That this metal, I forget what the terminology was for, because they created so much more terminology when they talked about this stuff. but basically they're going to be able to make more realistic looking games.
They're showing this game called Vainglory, and currently, and we're a couple seconds behind on the stream, but this, from the images that I'm seeing right now, this is beautiful. Considering, I mean, this is an iPhone that's playing this. Here, let's go to a bigger screen. You could take a look there.
We're back.
In Vainglory, players play a unique hero with unique skills and abilities. For example, Petal here can plant seeds that she can sprout into little munions. Oh, and they also like the disco.
So I mean, that looks beautiful, that game. I mean, Josh, you're the gamer here. What do you think of that?
I mean, I think we're always going to get, with every new iPhone that comes out, we're going to get better and better games. I mean, I've been playing BioShock on the iPad Mini Retina, and I'm just blown away that was a game I played completely on the Xbox 360, and now I'm having that same experience. Yes, with less textures and lighting, but it doesn't take away from the experience. So I think everything we're going to see here with gaming is just going to get better and better every time.
Yeah, I agree.
But
go ahead, John.
Go ahead. Well, I'm just concerned, though, that, you know, they are making improvements in making it quicker and easier on the battery. However, they are also making a bigger screen. They're also making more intensive games. So really, is all of this more or less going to even out in terms of battery life? That's what I'm worried about with the iPhone 6. Yeah, we're getting greater games, more interesting games in terms of realism, but at the same time, we're going to be using more and more of the battery.
What milliamp battery are you guys looking to get? Like, I think this needs to have 3100 or better to be even like thought of a phone to get.
Yeah, which it's possibly it could be doing. It is a larger device, so they could possibly put a larger battery in there, and I'm hoping that's one of the things that they do. But that's what I'm concerned about, is that even with the improvements that they make in terms of battery life, that it's going to end up being a wash in terms of the bigger screen and more intensive games.
This game, what I am seeing right now, by the way, I've just been watching the feed. I am blown away with what I'm seeing. Like, this is ridiculous that that's on a phone now. I mean, do you guys agree with this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge gamer myself, but I can definitely see
you can respect
there's an improvement.
Yeah. Interesting. But I just hope, you know what, I really do hope that gaming goes the way of you have a main machine in your home and you're streaming every game that you want to your device. It doesn't matter what platform it is. You know, it's more of like that whole NVIDIA Shield
device, you know?
Right, like that NVIDIA Shield, like that is what I'd rather. But
yeah.
Whatever.
Thank you.
I mean, there's only so much you can do with a device that small.
Right.
I mean, you're not talking about something the size of an Xbox.
You know, that's very Dodo-ish right there, that game there, Andrew, if you like that.
It was very nice, actually. I did like it. I liked it a lot.
It's very Dodo-ish.
Let's try to...
Phil Schiller, that's not bad for the very first game.
Let's see if we could figure out what's going on here. Is there any way to turn off the Chinese translation? Yeah.
She's being very polite and quiet. So.
She is.
Well, I'm really happy to tell you the team has worked hard.
Phil Schiller looks like he's put on some weight. He was looking healthy for a while there.
Or better battery life in every metric than the iPhone 5S.
So, I mean, this is... I'm very impressed by that game, and this is something that, you know, iOS, in my opinion, and I think mobile gaming, in my opinion, the last couple of years we've had a big boom in mobile gaming, but over the last, I want to say 18 months, we have not really seen some major games come out. You know, some major titles where you want it to be, you want to play it. These Angry Birds and Plants vs. Zombies.
Right.
These were big mobile games that were very successful, and people played it for a while. And we have not seen that boom again with it.
No, you haven't, but you also have so many more games to choose from. I think that, in a way, when we first started seeing Angry Birds, gaming was still kind of in its infancy. And now we have everybody creating games. There's that Viking game that my brother and my dad play religiously. And it's just absolutely insane the amount of time that they put into playing that Viking game.
Are you guys seeing these stats now for battery usage? I'm I mean, they're not giving us exactly how big the battery is, but they're giving us hours, I guess.
Yeah, Apple will
And
never tell you how many milliamps the battery is, but they will.
Doesn't look like a big improvement from last generation.
I don't think we're going to see that.
It looks like they're putting a big battery in the iPhone 6 Plus, but not in the iPhone 6. Is from what I'm seeing here.
Is that what they're calling it? The Plus?
Yeah.
Yes.
The iPhone 6P,
the iPhone 6,
but not
the
written out, not a symbol. Written out.
Yeah.
It's important.
Not a because Google does a symbol. So we're looking iPhone 5S. So if you could see by the battery life, you're getting. What is that? Well, I don't understand what those specs are.
A new motion processor now can estimate distance, measure elevation changes, such as climbing stairs. A barometer measures relative elevation from air pressure. What?
Well, the barometric pressure is very important to know when it's dropping. Support up to 20 LTE bands, more than any smartphone. More LTE roaming. The other thing we were going to see is voice over LTE, which was a big rumor.
Oh,
for
right.
this phone.
That's right.
And for anybody that's
official.
ever... Yeah, I believe voice over LTE is G.722, which it's considered HD voice.
So it'll sound like Skype.
It's
no.
funny though, because I would not necessarily consider G.722 HD by any means.
I mean, it's obviously an improvement.
What can I compare it to?
You could compare.
Not as good as Skype?
No. Oh, there you go. There you go. Let's hear this.
And move it up onto the 4G LTE network. It makes calls clearer sounding, and you always have simultaneous voice and data.
Yeah, it will be clearer sounding, but it won't be.
Around the world, we're going to roll out support.
It'll still be telephone-like, in my opinion.
I mean, it's going to be an improvement, but it's not going to be Skype.
Yeah, well, it's going to be comparable going from 24 kilobytes per second to 56 kilobytes per second.
They've gone to 802.11 AC, which is still a new standard.
In VoLTE, our engineers came up with a really cool idea.
I mean, if you think about it, a lot of the stuff that you get on iTunes is AAC, which is super high quality, and it's not even going to be anywhere near that.
But you do have Wi-Fi.
So a little update on the translation issue we're having. They have switched from, I believe it was Mandarin. They have gone to, I can't tell what it is at this point.
Traditional.
This is really cool technology.
By the way, they're talking about Wi-Fi calling here, and I think that's something that they've needed to do for years and years with multiple devices on multiple carriers.
Absolutely.
Because I had that originally with my BlackBerry. I forget what the model number was, 3300 or whatever. And that was back in 2007. I was doing that with T-Mobile. So it's like they're just now getting to that in 2014, 7 years later.
But John, you know what? Is it up to the carrier that's doing it, or is it up to the phone manufacturer? Because I've never had a phone that I've been able to do it.
The phone has to support it, and the carrier has to support it.
Here we go, some photos.
Highlands with an iPhone. I mean, it's a
megapixel eyesight camera, true tone flash.
And he and all of us will take even better photos with the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus because there's an all-new eyesight camera in it. It's an 8-megapixel eyesight camera. It has Apple's innovative true tone flash. There's large 1.5 micron pixels.
Good.
Has a fast 2.2 aperture, but most importantly, there's a new generation eyesight sensor in it.
Oh, that's good.
To take better photos.
That means they're going to be beautiful pictures.
Let me just tell you one. It's called Focus Pixels. What are those? Let's look inside.
Oh, it's like
Lytro. The eyesight camera.
They've got to a Japanese feed, by the way, for the translation.
And you see these dedicated pairs of focus pixels. And what they do, they have little shutters on them. They read the light coming in from objects, and as the lens moves in and out, it can tell whether that object is in phase or out of phase. This is called phase detection autofocus. It's a technology used by high-end DSLRs. It's the best way to do fast autofocus. And now the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus have it. And they can focus almost twice as fast of the previous generation. And there's so many more things the sensor can do to take beautiful photos. It has great new generation tone mapping. It has beautiful noise reduction.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It all adds up.
Wow, look at that shot.
Incredible
I mean,
photos.
obviously, it's not a good representation of the real world, but they're going to show a shot here. And it's going to look beautiful.
Off the camera,
What do you mean? You're not going to go out to your archway
People
of rock
love
outside?
taking portrait photos with their iPhone.
You're definitely going to
This is
see
a
an
great one.
improvement in the
Exposure is
camera.
beautiful. The skin tone is really lovely.
They do a great job with
Great
camera.
photo. Here's another portrait. He's smiling, if you can't tell. The skin tones are perfect. You have to trust me on that. People also love taking macro photos. Here's a beautiful one of a California monarch butterfly. Anyone know? That's a female.
Oh, that's awesome.
And even landscapes with the wide-angle lens are just
Yo,
beautiful,
panorama mode
particularly
is
with
up
the
to
noise reduction for
43
bluer skies
megapixels
without
now.
sacrificing
Holy cow.
sharpness.
These
And
cameras,
everyone loves
man,
now taking
it's hard
panoramas with their iPhone as well, and you
like
take even
decide
bigger
to tell
ones
someone to buy
with
a
the
point and
iPhone
click
6 and
now
6
when you
Plus,
have a phone
up
like
to
or a camera like
43
this.
megapixel photos.
I don't think anybody has bought a point and click for a number of years. I think the purpose, the point of the point and click is really
What makes your
pointless.
photos great are three things.
I see them everywhere,
It's
point and
the
clicks.
5-element lens.
Here we go.
It's the imaging sensor, and it's also the brains behind it all, the image signal processor that's part of the Apple A8 chip, and is a whole new generation signal processor inside iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. For example, it has a dedicated hardware block now to do advanced face detection. So you're taking a photo, you can even quicker find faces throughout your scene to get the perfect focus.
And the feed is going down, but until it comes back. Now, I mean, for me, the photos are very important. I mean, that's a really important thing for me, is the quality of the camera, and I think it's for a lot of other people as well. So these are major improvements, and honestly, the quality of an iPhone is far better than most phones out there, except, I mean, the Nokia phones are phenomenal, but when you talk about most cell phones out in the public, even the Samsung S4 and S5, the LG G3, I mean, these are brand new phones on the market, and the phone, the camera quality is not where the iPhone is. Now, Josh, you have a phenomenal phone for a camera.
I do. You've seen what this HTC One front-facing camera can do when you take a selfie. It's phenomenal, I think. I think it's the best front-facing camera. The backside, yeah, it's cool because it does the whole two-camera picture, so you can pick in and out of focusing. So, and with editing of your photos, it does a great job. But I got some information here. It's saying that they're nearly identical cameras in both the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, but optical image stabilization is only coming to the 6 Plus.
Yeah, that's something that we heard rumored a while back that was a possibility.
I think that's bad. That's stupid.
That it's not in both
it should
devices?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that's something that should be in both.
Why would they do that? Do you know?
Well, they're trying to, do an upsell.
Upsell you. Right.
Here we go. Back.
That's all it is.
As
There's no reason that should. That's a software thing, isn't it? Almost.
Not optical.
Oh, no, not optical, right, because you're doing digital zoom. So is it actually moving then in the...
I don't know. By the way, guys, this is a good time. This is a good time while we get the feed up and the chat's coming back. This is a very good time to let you guys know how you could help us out. If you're watching our feed, if you're on gfqlive.tv, if you're watching on any number of the other websites that we're on, if you want to help us out, we're not asking for money. We don't ask for donations. What you could do if you're using Amazon, we have an Amazon affiliate link. You go to gfq.co/Amazon, bookmark that, and whenever you buy something on Amazon, we get a tiny little credit. gfq.co/Amazon. Go there if you're on GFQ Live right now. If you're on gfqlive.tv, click on the Amazon banner, save it, and you know what? Whenever you make the purchase, we get a tiny little percentage from it. I think it's like 5 or 6%, whatever it is, but it really helps us out. It's a huge help. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at GFQ Network. You can follow me at Andrew Zarian, at Suncast for John, and of course at Culmination for Josh. You can follow all of us on Twitter. We're very vocal on there. Josh, back to you.
Yes. Back to me. I have video stats. New iPhone, it will shoot video at 1080p at 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second. And here's the cool thing. Slow-mo mode at 240 frames per second and up to 120 frames per second on the 5S. So they're adding that?
No, I believe the 5S did 120 frames per second. That was a slow-mo. Up from,
so they're doubling the... Oh, wow. That's going to make some really cool videos, to be honest with you.
I am shocked.
This is my main camcorder in my life. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I agree with them.
John, anything coming out from your end?
I'm not paying attention right now, to be honest. I'm dealing with our chat room issue.
Okay.
I guess I got something else. Time-lapse photo mode is on it now. Focus pixels do continuous automatic focus when shooting video. So that's, I mean, I say this every year, and even though I have the HTC One right now and I'm really happy with the camera, it takes some finagling to get the shots I want out of it. The iPhone as a standard camera is still the best when you need a camera.
Yeah, I'm just curious. So improved face detection, obviously. So it's going to do. It's going to be a larger sensor, 2.2 aperture. 81% more light is going to come in. It's a much better sensor. Now, one thing you don't hear about from Apple is the front-facing camera, and I think for a lot of people, the front-facing camera has become as important as the rear-facing camera.
Oh, selfies have taken over the world.
Have really taken over. I
mean, if you don't have a good front-facing, it's terrible.
So I think for someone that's really doing it, I'm curious on how well the front-facing camera is going to work. And they have not really mentioned anything about the front-facing camera, have they?
Well, I have some stats for you.
Go ahead.
Front-facing FaceTime HD camera. It's a new sensor. It does an aperture of f2.2. And it lets in 81% more light. So that means it's going to look, I mean, anytime you can get more light in a photo, in a camera like that, it's going to look better. And it has improved face detection and burst selfie mode.
You're big on the selfies.
I mean, let me take a selfie. It does single shot HDR photos using one picture and not multiple now, and does HDR in videos. And it comes in both phones. Oh, and both phones will come with iOS 8. That's the only other thing I know. So maybe we're going in transitioning in the iOS 8.
There we go.
Hopefully we'll get a big stat rundown is what I'm looking for right now. RAM. We don't know about
the Apple website is totally down. Totally down. So it's amazing.
They're talking about the health app.
See, this is interesting. Are they going to kind of go into a sports, a watch if this is the next move? Because they've gone over the specs totally.
I mean, ever since Nike said they were not making a next version of their band, Fuel Band, I mean, it was on for Apple to make one.
But the Fuel Band was good. I mean, it was really good, right?
You loved it.
I did.
You kidding me? When I was there, you were having me check it more than I've ever checked it in my life.
How many steps did we walk that day?
Forget steps, 1,500 calories in one day.
Yeah, and we ate it all the same night. So
we all ate it the same night. Yeah.
Here we go.
But I mean, here's my watch.
We always like to call attention to this because it matters a lot. Not only do you see all the things you're used to seeing here, there's a new one as well, beryllium-free, which we commit to do. So the team makes these just in a wonderful fashion.
I'm sorry, but that's
for both phones, new silicone cases. 6 colors.
Dude, most people give a crap about this.
Product red and new leather cases.
Wow.
So they really blew through iOS 8.
39 minutes.
iPhone 6 comes in these 3 beautiful colors: gold, silver, and space gray. I think by now you're all wondering, yeah, but how much does it cost?
How much?
So I'm really happy to tell you it starts.
Look, they got rid of the 30
Hold on.
version.
Yeah.
$199.
For the iPhone 6?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward for a 128.
Carrier contract with 16 gigabytes. And now at $299, we've increased the capacity to 64
Oh, that's
gigs.
great.
Oh, wow.
Summer 32.
And 128.
And $399, all new configuration, 128 gigabytes.
Wow.
That's great. So that was
awesome.
That was a question a lot of people were asking if we're going to see a 128 gig
iPhone 6
iPhone.
Plus also comes in gold, silver, and space gray. And it starts at just $299.
Gold.
So it's $100 more, $299, $399, $499 for the iPhone Plus.
For 16 gigs, $399 for 64, and $499 at that new 128 gigabyte configuration. These are not only the best phones in the world, they really are a great value as well. And they complete our lineup. iPhone 5S, yesterday, the most advanced smartphone in the world.
Thinking about
is now starting
Touch
at
ID, did they?
$99.
No.
The iPhone 5C in an 8 gig configuration, typical 2-year carrier contract.
If my wife's talking about this up, I can have her get a 5S for $99.
So when can we get them?
Friday.
When?
Start to ship them
September
on
19th, I'm saying.
Yeah, 19th.
Ah, look at that. I'll be at Disney World.
That will be in the U.S. and 8 other countries. In those countries, you'll be able to pre-order them starting this
Friday. Okay.
So now is that both versions, both the 4.7 inch and 5.5 inch?
Yes.
Ever
Yes.
For iPhone.
Wow.
We're going to try to be in 115 countries by the end of this year.
All the videos, I mean, the leaks, these look just like the leaks I saw. So
we're seeing up here.
All right, here we go. Now we're going to go into iOS 8.
It is amazing. The team
No, they already
works
went through
hard, as
iOS
always,
8.
to make it available to the widest number of
Yeah, they-
Oh, yeah.
They
When
brought it
is
up.
iOS 8 going to be
Here's your list of
available?
all the
Probably
devices that are
Friday.
supported
I'm
by
guessing.
iOS 8.
Launches, here it says,
Huge number
September
of devices.
17th.
All these
Wednesday.
customers will be able to download for free iOS 8 on September 17th.
Right before I go on my trip. Wow.
So now, are we going to also get... this is crashing again. Are we also going to see OS 10 released on the same day?
No way.
Yosemite. I'm guessing they would have to go hand in hand. What do you think, John?
Ooh. Yeah, why not?
Let's see.
What's the deal with everyone wears purple shirts at Apple now? Is that the gimmick? Tim Cook and Phil Schiller are both wearing the same shirt, it looks like. This is a collection of features.
Oh, one other feature.
Here it is. Is this when the world changes?
I don't know, but there's no audio from the feed. Bigger than better. Bigger
Is he
than
going to roll
better.
up his sleeve and display an iWatch?
I don't know.
Is
Do you
he
see
not wearing the
anything?
same shirt?
I mean, do you see anything under his sleeve? I don't see anything.
I mean, because
hard to
that's the way
tell.
you would unveil it, right?
Yeah.
You have it
I mean,
on
if
the
you were
that
hard.
whole time and just roll up your sleeve and you're like, oh yeah, here you go.
What are they doing? There it is. No.
Yeah, this ad is
What
annoying.
is this?
They're playing Ric Flair's theme, everybody.
It'd be if
The Nature
if
Boy's
Ric
gonna
Flair
come
came
out.
with the phone and went, woo! He had the new phone. I would buy it.
I don't know what just happened here. But apparently the Nature Boy Ric Flair is about to come and defend his 16-time world title. You know, they've really gone through this. Are they done? I mean, they have this ad playing right now.
I think they're going to 2 o'clock.
I don't know. I mean, the last announcement, John, it was really long.
Oh, it was at least like an hour and a half long.
I mean, the last time it was long, and they really flew through this announcement if this is the case.
They didn't spend hardly any time on anything.
Yeah, they're, there's no audio on the feed. Let's see why. I'm going to restart that.
So it looks like they've got the
Does
same
anybody know
look.
who they are?
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon.
Wow.
These guys are incredibly fun to work with. Do you
I
want to see
hate
another
these.
one? Here's another one.
They made the ads
Yeah.
with Ric Flair.
These are
This
awful.
is the iPhone 6, and this is the iPhone 6 Plus.
This is what they decided to spend time on?
A lot of stuff. Like today, I walked 3.8
Really?
miles. Had 1,230 calories in it.
Oh,
You know that's not.
okay,
good,
I'm
right?
over this now.
You're done.
This just totally killed the announcement for me.
You're going to go buy a Moto X.
He's going to go buy a moto. This feed is a disaster. Can I just tell you that? GFQlive.tv, if you're watching on any number of our sites, go visit our website, gfqlive.tv.
Oh, listen to this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. You were doing
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
They're going to talk about an entirely new category of service. It's all about the wallet, and we spend 12 billion in credit and debit transactions per day in the U.S.
Credit cards.
This is the payment stuff that they were talking about.
So is Passbook a failure and they're relaunching it? Like,
Yeah,
what's going
pretty-
on?
well, it's different in Passbook.
So
Well,
it's
is it going to
competing
have
with Google
NFC
Wallet?
like it was rumored to?
Here you go. Let's see.
Oh.
She forgot everything.
Conga music.
She has a lot of credit
It's
cards.
so difficult to pull out a credit card and use credit cards.
This doesn't
First
matter.
of all, where
unless
have you
the
ever?
place you
When's
buy
the last
this.
time somebody asked you for ID when you charge a credit card?
Actually, that just happened to me.
And she got declined.
I've had it happen a couple of times.
First of all, doesn't the store have to have this technology built in? It's not like every place has this. I don't get it.
This whole process is based on this little piece of plastic. And whether it's a credit or a debit card, we're totally reliant on the exposed numbers and the outdated and vulnerable magnetic stripe interface, which, by the way, is 5 decades old, and the security codes, which all of us know aren't so secure. It's so easy to lose your card or have it compromised.
But that doesn't matter because they can still hack a database and get that information.
Sure.
Like they do at Target and Home Depot.
My card got hacked and was used in Italy, so this doesn't matter.
It's inevitable.
The New York Times
you
said
just
it
have to go
best.
through life
A
right
truly
now
mobile
just
wallet has long been
with
described as
notion
imminent,
that it is
but
possible and it
remains
could
elusive.
happen.
Most of
Yeah.
them
And
disappointment
there's
or
nothing
not
you can
yet
really
work
do
well
about
enough
it.
for mainstream adoption. Why is this? It's because, as it turns out, most people that have worked on this have started by focusing on creating a business model that was centered around their self-interest instead of focusing on the user experience. We love this kind of problem. This is exactly what Apple
So they invented
does
NFC? Is this what happens?
They've
And so
reinvented.
we
Reinvented.
created
Reinvented
an
it.
entirely new payment process. And we
What
call
is it?
I can't believe they rushed through the iPhone 6 just to get this.
Apple Pay.
Apple Pay. How about Pay Apple? That's what you're gonna say.
And I'd like to show you
People are
just
clapping,
how
paying
fast
them?
and just how easy it is.
So it's
Your total is
NFC.
2378.
Yeah. They're making it sound like they invented it.
That's it.
That's it.
They invented
That's
NFC.
it.
Now, every store needs to implement this, and the odds of that happening are very slim.
I've used
Would you
Google
like to see it one more
Wallet at
time?
Radio Shack, and it works just like
You may have
this.
blinked and missed it. Here it is.
I can't believe this.
It is so cool.
This has existed for a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They invented NFC right now.
That is Apple Pay, and to tell you more about it, I'd like to invite Eddie.
I can't believe they rushed through the iPhone 6 just so that they could spend time on this.
You know, it'd be cooler if he put his wrist up with a watch and paid. That would be way cooler.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim. It's great to
I
be here
agree.
this morning. Now, Apple Pay
This
is
not-
built into every iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. And we've got a groundbreaking NFC radio antenna built across the top. Now, NFC is the standard for all contactless payments. Now, you also have the convenience and security of Touch ID. And we've got a new chip called the Secure Element. And it's built into every iPhone 6, and it stores all of your payment information encrypted and securely.
Yeah, sure.
You can also see all of your credit cards on Passbook. Now, Apple Pay is easy, it's secure, and it's private. Let's get started with how easy it is. Now, we have hundreds of millions of credit cards and debit cards from customers in their iTunes store accounts. When they get a new iPhone 6, they can just say, use the card on file. But it's also easy to add a new
Passbook.
card. You use your iPhone
Back.
eyesight camera, we take a picture of the card, gather all the information, go to your bank and verify that that's your card, and we add it right to Passbook. And now, with just a touch, you've paid. It's that fast. It's
They're
that
really
easy.
determined to make
Now, we've also
this
integrated
Passbook
security
thing work.
throughout both the
I
hardware
mean,
and
everybody's trying to
software
get it to work, but it's
in
a
way that
difficult
only
thing
Apple
to
can.
catch
So when you add
on.
a new credit card, we don't store the credit card number.
We need more
we don't
time
give
to
it the
spend on
merchant.
explaining how
We create a
Passbook works with
device-only
Apple
account
Pay, so
number,
we're going to rush through
and
the
we store
iPhone
it
6
safely in the
announcement.
secure element.
Because everybody already gets
And
the
each
iPhone
time
6
you
that it's
pay,
going to be better than the
we
previous
use
one.
Yeah,
a
let,
one-time
let's constantly talk about the
number
same thing
along
over
with
and
a
over.
Dynamic security code.
Secure.
So you no longer have the
Easy.
static code in the back of your plastic card. And if your iPhone is lost or stolen, you can use Find My iPhone and suspend all of the payments from that device. And again, because the credit card isn't stored on the device, there's no need to cancel your credit card.
You probably still should, though.
Now, security is at the core of Apple Pay, but so is privacy. We are not in the business of collecting your data.
No, other people are.
Go to a physical location and use Apple Pay. Apple doesn't know what you bought, where you bought it, or how much you paid for it. The transaction is between you, the merchant, and your bank. And the cashier doesn't get to see your name, credit card number, or security code like they do today when you hand them a plastic card. So Apple Pay, it's fast, it's secure, and it's private.
Okay, so now how does this work in restaurants?
In the US,
they have you hand them your phone.
From the 3 major
so you're going to hand the waitress your phone to take to wherever they have their point-of-sale system.
In the US,
no, they got to bring a
mobile
device to you.
They add up for more than 80% of all credit card.
Are all restaurants going to have to install this stuff? Which most restaurants.
No, nobody. Let me tell you, nobody's going to deal with this. NFC barely people are using it.
When I went to Radio Shack to use my Google Wallet on their system that they had there, the girls who worked there were 3 of them, had no idea because no one had ever used it before.
Walgreens and Duane Reade with over 8,000 locations and 8 million visitors. Staples, the largest office products. Subway with over 26,000.
Yeah, see, he's announcing like
major chains. Yeah.
McDonald's with 27 million visitors every day. And
yeah, you can use Google Wallet already there at McDonald's.
So pretty much anywhere that you could use has NFC already, you could use it.
Whole Foods, the healthiest grocery store and leading provider of organic food.
I love how they spoke about McDonald's and Whole Foods. They got a good pop for that.
Apple retail stores. And Disney, the happiest place on earth.
Oh my God.
Pop, pop, pop.
Now, Disney is adding Apple Pay to all of their Disney stores and Disney World in time for Christmas.
Okay, so even if Colm gets it for his
it won't work
if he can't use it.
In all of their locations.
Toys R Us, Babies R Us.
We have an NFC wristband that we're wearing.
It's the same just as fast.
Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to see this.
Private. There's over $1 billion a day spent on online purchasing. That's 5 million daily transactions just in the US alone. And the process is really cumbersome. You got these long forms to fill out for each and every app that you shop in. Well, with Apple Pay, one-touch checkout. There's no need to enter your credit card, your expiration date, your security code. You don't even have to enter your shipping or billing address. And none of your credit card information is shared with the merchant. We use the one-time payment number out of the secure element. Now, we've been working with some great retailers like Target to enable Apple Pay into their shopping app.
Target who had a security breach.
I don't know about you, but I'm looking for some Beats headphones. And now, with Apple Pay, you can just check out with a touch. And you see the credit card and the shipping address. And now, with one touch, I've bought it. It's that simple. Now, we're adding Groupon. Groupon is the leader of e-commerce, and they're incorporating Apple Pay right into their app. So now you can see a new deal and buy it with just a touch. Uber's got a new feature called Ride Now, so you can request a car using Apple Pay without the need to create an account at all. Panera,
I mean, they're going after PayPal
here.
You
order your favorite sandwich or salad and have it ready for pickup with just a touch. MLB is adding the ability of buying tickets right in their app with Apple Pay.
Yeah.
Our Apple stores where you can buy all of our latest products. And OpenTable. Now, you use OpenTable to make dinner reservations.
I've never used OpenTable to make a dinner reservation.
You're going to be able to use Apple Pay.
I have plenty. I mean, I do it all the time.
Pay for your check.
Well,
that's really cool.
That is pretty cool.
And that's just some of the many apps that are incorporating Apple Pay. Now, in iOS 8, we have a new Apple Pay API that's going to be available to all developers.
Don't go to any of those places.
Apple Pay.
I hate
this. Comes
this.
with every iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. We're launching in the U.S. starting next
no
month.
beats with the iPhone 6. Didn't mention headphones at all. That's right.
iOS 8. And
Nothing.
we're working hard to bring Apple Pay to even more countries. And that's Apple Pay.
So it's not going to be ready at launch with iOS 8. It's going to come in October. Right. Interesting. So they're going to be a month behind.
Apple Pay will forever change the way all of us buy things. And it's just one more reason that iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus are the biggest advancement in the history of iPhone.
Thank you for coming.
Now, we've really gone through enough to call it a day. You've seen iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. They're absolutely incredible.
Here we go.
And a whole new category of service with Apple Pay. But we're not quite finished yet.
One more thing.
Holy crap, it's a one more thing moment.
One more
Nobody
thing.
spoil this.
Pop! Pop! If he rolls up his sleeve, what's going to happen?
All right, nobody spoil it before he announces, Josh.
All right.
Here we go.
We love to make great products that really enrich people's lives. We love to integrate hardware, software, and services seamlessly. We love to make technology more personal and allow our users to do things that they could never have imagined. We've been working incredibly hard for a long time on an entirely new product.
Oh, God.
And we believe this product will redefine.
By the way, this is
what people
Tim Cook's legacy at Apple. This is his doing.
I am so excited and I am so proud to share it with you this morning. It is the next chapter in Apple's story. And here it is.
There we go. I could barely contain myself.
Roll up his cuff sleeve?
No, it doesn't exist yet.
Uh-oh.
There's a rumble.
Vaporware.
Shh. Rumble. It's the Royal Rumble. Here we go. There's the Earth.
Steve Jobs going to come out?
Holographic Steve Jobs. Yeah. He's going to be wearing the rendering up an iWatch.
Some, ooh, look at that.
It's a what? No, it's not. It's a... We've captured the Earth.
There's a groove. What? Look at the back. It's round. Oh, wow. People are losing their minds, apparently.
People are popping. Oh, the sensors are supposed.
Magnetic clipped.
It's curved around. I don't understand. Oh, so this is a sapphire coated display.
I kind of like that one.
I mean, they basically hired the best
it's
out there.
Again, it's not. I'll wait.
It's kind of big.
I'll wait.
Oh, the colors are awful. It's called the Apple Watch. You see from that picture, there was an Apple icon. Oh, God. Popping is going on. Let's go to the yes chant.
Oh, he has it on.
He does have it on now.
Oh, did you see the Mickey version?
People are standing up. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
It's
stock price
Can we just say it's just like every other watch that's been put out?
Yeah, it doesn't look anything different than the one I'm wearing on my wrist right now.
Yeah. I'm wearing a watch right here. There you go. Should I pop?
Pop.
Yours looks better than theirs.
Yeah,
Oh
well,
my
mine is
gosh.
also a lot of
Did you
zeros.
see him do the yes chant? He did it.
Apple Watch is the most personal
Apple Watch
device we've ever created.
All right, let's see the
We
features.
set out to make the best watch in the world,
Best watch in the world.
one that is
Best serious, best it
precise.
was.
It's synchronized with the universal time standard, and it's accurate within plus or minus 50 milliseconds.
Like that
It's
matters.
incredibly customizable, so you can find one that reflects your personal style and taste. Because you wear it, we invented new, intimate ways to connect and communicate directly from your wrist. And it works seamlessly with iPhone. And it's also a comprehensive health and fitness device. Now, Apple Watch took very deep thinking, and out of this came some truly remarkable innovations.
Does that mean they got drunk?
One of those was the user interface.
UI.
As it turns out, with every revolutionary product that Apple has created, a breakthrough in user interface was required.
Of course, the moment that
So we
everybody's
just-
waiting for. The feed goes down.
We just threw a whole bunch of icons on the screen.
Yeah, so what it looks
right?
like, it's the icons all scattered. So it's like
Yeah,
it's
great.
floating around.
With the Mac, we introduced the mouse to make navigation so simple on a personal computer. The click wheel on the iPod allowed users to scroll through thousands of songs in the palm of their hand. And with iPhone, multi-touch gave us the ability
All right.
of photos,
So
or
what's the new
videos,
gimmick? There we
go.
or music, or all of the information that we use every day. The Apple Watch required the same kind of careful, deliberate consideration. What we didn't do was take the iPhone and shrink the user interface and strap it on your wrist. The display is too small and it would be a terrible customer experience. For
Yeah, that's
example,
why
if
Google
you take
did
a
theirs.
gesture like pinch to zoom, it covers the content, it obstructs your view. It just doesn't work. And so we placed extra functionality in a mechanism that's been on the watch for decades. It's this dial. It's called a
Oh
crown.
my God.
And on the Apple Watch, it's called a digital crown. The digital crown
I will say this: the screen does look
includes
nice.
infrared LEDs and photodiodes that translate rotary movement into digital data. Now, you don't need to understand all of that. But
So you have to look like you're
but
winding
it's
your
a
watch?
very simple and elegant and amazing input and navigation device. Let me give you an example. Here's back to the map. When you turn the digital crown,
So when you turn the crown, I guess that's
LEDs
the.
and
There you
photodiodes
go.
that
Let's see.
translate rotary movement into digital data. Now, you don't need to understand all of that.
The scroll wheel.
Yeah.
But it's a very
scroll wheel,
simple
right?
Yeah.
and elegant and amazing input
I don't know if I
and
like that.
navigation device. Let me give you an example. Here's back to the map. When you turn the digital crown, it zooms in and out.
So you're gonna do
And you
this.
have a list.
So you're
That's
gonna do this.
awful.
You can scroll through the list, and you can do all of this without blocking the screen.
Okay, so that's
And
really
if you're within an app
frustrating.
like the
Weird.
clock
This
app
is
as
not
an
a.
example,
So it's
doesn't
not a
feel
touch
right.
screen?
You press the digital crown.
It's not a touch
It
screen.
is. I think it
then,
is.
right?
Returns to the home screen just as you would expect it.
No,
to.
he has not shown that you touch it ever. See?
Now, Apple Watch, of course, is made to be worn. And it can be worn all day for any occasion. It's It's as much about personal
this thing
technology
has to have
as
touch.
it is style and taste.
I don't.
No, it has
It
to.
seamlessly combines materials and software and technology. And we thought not only of the function, but of the way it looked. Apple Watch has an amazing and rich design story. And we
I think the
prepared a
Motorola
video
Watch
of
looks
that
better.
this morning that Johnny Ive narrates. There is no one better to tell the story than Johnny, and I would like to run it for you now.
Aluminium.
You need
You know,
aluminium
it's driven
first.
Apple
There you go.
from the beginning. This compulsion to take incredibly powerful technology and make it accessible, relevant, and ultimately personal. We've designed a range of products so
Listen,
personal,
I'm a
you don't put them
diehard
on your
watch
desk or
collector,
in your pocket. You
and
wear them
I would not buy
on
this.
your wrist.
Wouldn't you rather get the
We
Motorola
conceive,
one?
The
designed,
Android
and
ones
developed
are
Apple Watch
far
as a
more.
completely singular
I mean,
product.
just better looking
You know,
than
you
this.
can't determine a boundary
This is
between the
I
physical
do you
object
not touch the
and
watch? Like,
software.
is it not a touch
No,
screen?
it has to be.
That is a disaster.
No, it has to be.
We're introducing an unparalleled level
think
of
it's just a
technical
scroll wheel,
innovation
Andrew.
combined with a design
I think
that
it might be
connects with the wearer at
a
an
way
intimate
to
level
bring
to
up
both
more apps so that
embrace individuality
you can't fit all the apps
and
on the same
inspire
screen,
desire.
so you're gonna be able to scroll through them
Oh,
in a sense.
that watch face looks terrible with the
The watch
icons just
senses
thrown
on
when you're
there.
raising your wrist and
I
then
do not like the
activates
beveling on
display.
this. The
You
chrome
see
around it.
an
I do
organization
not
of
like
apps
that.
while new, is somehow familiar. Navigation.
I mean, I
is
would rather have the
fluid
Moto
and
than
vital.
this.
Yeah, the
You know what I
Moto's
would?
the
You know
best.
what I would want?
Mobile
Actually,
phone
I would want that
content on a
the
small
Samsung
display
FitCraft.
is
That
fundamentally
thing.
important.
That looks better. That design's
We've
better,
developed
and that's
a
what I thought they were
whole
going to
new
go with
interface
here.
specific
This looks like
to the
everything else we've
challenges
seen.
associated with a product this
And this-
small.
Mike Phillips says
Digital
Steve
crown
Jobs would have a
is
coronary.
remarkable input device.
Yeah.
It fluidly zooms into apps.
Look, see, he's not touching.
No
He's just
touch.
using that little dial.
Precise adjustment.
Wow.
Oh,
And
that's
critically,
awful.
You can use it without
That is so.
obstructing the display.
I have touch on
This is
my
the-
LG G watch,
It's
and I
also the
love
home
it.
button.
I don't understand why.
Didn't
that's
the
a problem.
Nano have touch?
Yeah, it did. The Nano watch. Look, see, everything is just scrolling that stupid wheel.
Apps are designed for lightweight interaction. Smart
They had it right
replies
first,
and
the thumbs
dictation
down.
let you respond quickly to messages.
No, it has to. Look, you have to click.
Where?
Click reply.
Let you swipe through information.
you
Yeah,
see the
swipe
little
through.
icon
No, swipe through.
Oh, it has touch. Okay.
And
Has
pressing
to.
the button below the digital crown
is that gimmick?
instantly shows you friends you can contact in just seconds. And with
Digital
digital touch, we've developed an entirely new way for you to connect intimately with others. You can get someone's attention with a gentle tap. You can send a quick sketch.
They're gonna start making out. The
You
watches are
can
gonna start
even
making out
share
now.
something as personal as your own heartbeat.
The UI not as impressive looking. I think
These
Google
are
Now's UI is
subtle ways
much
to
cleaner
communicate
looking.
That technology often inhibits rather than enables. These apps all take advantage of the flexible Retina display. It's been laminated to a machined and polished single crystal of sapphire. That's the second hardest
There's your
transparent
sapphire.
material
There it is.
after diamond.
Wow.
In addition to the digital crown, we've had to
What crown?
invent other input technologies designed.
What's the charger look
specifically
like? I wanna
for a
see that.
product this small. So as well as sensing touch, the display also senses force, quite literally adding a new dimension to the user interface. Tiny electrodes around the display recognize the difference between a tap and a press. This provides instant access to a whole range of contextually specific controls. For the first time, and with great intention, we've designed not only what you see, but also what you hear and feel. we've developed a linear actuator that provides haptic feedback to complement your interactions. This Taptic engine, combined with
I don't know if I like
feedback
that.
from our water-resistant speaker, creates a discrete and nuanced experience.
What?
At the heart of the watch is a custom-designed chip that integrates many subsystems into one remarkably compact module, which is then completely encapsulated to protect the electronics. It's essentially miniaturizing an entire computer system onto a single chip. The zirconia back has 4 sapphire lenses. Infrared and visible light LEDs, along with photosensors, detect your pulse rate. Using its gyroscope and accelerometer and the GPS and Wi-Fi from your iPhone, the watch provides a comprehensive picture of your daily activity. This allows it to establish and suggest goals and reward fitness milestones. The back crystal also houses a unique charging solution that combines our MagSafe technology with inductive charging. Completely sealed, it requires no alignment or exposed contacts. Apple Watch is incredibly accurate. It uses multiple technologies, keeping time to plus or minus 50 milliseconds.
It can tell time.
We have worked closely with horological experts from around the world to help us understand the cultural and historical significance of timekeeping. And this has profoundly informed our design. We know that wearing something all day, every day, becomes as much about personal preference and self-expression as functionality. So we use designed a range of watch faces.
It looks nothing like iOS.
They do have customizable straps, though, so you can change the strap.
Yeah, the Mickey face is pretty amazing.
I mean, this. If any other company put this product out, I would say that it's any other product.
Exactly.
It doesn't feel like an Apple. It doesn't look like an Apple product to me.
No.
Personalization.
Looks like Samsung made it.
Okay, can we speculate on price?
$299.
$299. What do you say, John?
$199.
$199. What do you guys chat room?
Makes the straps easily interchangeable with a refinement and precision that's born of functionality.
People in chat, how much do you think this device is going to be?
The Sport Band, in a range of bold colors.
Oh, this is a Sport Band.
Tough, durable, sweat and chemical resistant, high-performance elastomer. The leather loop comes in a soft, quilted leather that conceals magnets for fastening and adjustment. We've used traditional
you got a $399, another
$399
million.
That's designed for optimum comfort. The supple, handcrafted leather modern buckle closes with a solid metal clasp and wraps symmetrically around the wrist.
And the gold one is...
The simple leather classic buckle references traditional watch vocabulary. And the stainless steel link bracelet has a slim deployment clasp that is contained within a 2.6 millimeter band.
I mean, who talks about that? Who talks about the band? Rolex doesn't even talk about their band.
Come on, Andrew, you're just a hater.
People love hearing Johnny Ive's voice.
And is infinitely adjustable.
This is a very long
we knew one
video.
size wouldn't fit everyone, so we've also developed a smaller watch with matching.
I'm just
smaller
meh.
Oh, there's 2 sizes.
Oh, men and women?
Cases and straps.
Let's
we've
see.
actually created 3 distinct collections. The first, Apple Watch, features a polished case made from a custom alloy of stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
People are saying $99. People are saying $149.
There's 3 versions. Apple Watch, Apple Sport, and Apple Edition.
I don't know that you need that many
Collection
choices
has
for the
an ion
watch.
exchange cover glass and an anodized aluminium case that is 60%
Aluminium.
stronger than standard alloys, and yet it's incredibly light and durable. Apple Watch Edition is made from 18-karat gold that our metallurgists have developed to be up
So
to
there's 3
twice
watches
as
in 2
hard
sizes.
as standard gold.
Jeez.
Creating beautiful objects that are as simple and
I mean, the story is going to be
functional.
the story behind this is
Well,
the
that's
strap
what's
and
been
the
our goal
add-ons,
at
right? I mean, that's really the story
We
here. That's what's
designed
going to make
Apple
the watch.
as a whole
Yeah.
range
Yeah, all
of
those
products,
third-party apps.
enabling millions of unique designs, unparalleled personalization, both in appearance and capability. I think we're now at a compelling beginning, actually designing technology to be worn, to be truly personal.
Paul Thurrott just tweeted, "I'm holding out for the Apple Watch with Retina HD display."
Oh, cheer, pops.
Guys, we're going to have What the Tech on right after this, so stay tuned after the announcement.
Oh, good. I can listen to it.
We've been working on Apple Watch.
Oh, God. Listen to it.
Listen, I'm a watch guy. I wear watches.
Working on Apple
If this is
Watch for a long
$129, maybe I'll buy it. But
an amazing team to do so.
let's see how much it's
So
going to
they're
be.
saying that the
Every
iPhone is
discipline
required
at
with an
Apple.
Apple Watch.
Yeah, of
One of
course.
the key
So you
people
can't have an
here
iPad?
This morning, he led our software effort. He's Kevin Lynch. And I'd like to invite Kevin up on stage to give you the very first live demo of Apple Watch.
Okay, I'm
Kevin?
interested in this.
I'm so excited to show you our work, and I'm wearing Apple Watch.
He's the
right
former
here.
CTO from Adobe.
Now, to give you a better look, since this is a little hard for you to see, we've built a custom one that's connected to the display here. So let's take a look at that. Now, I also have my iPhone, which is required with Apple Watch. And the first thing you're going to see on your watch when you look at it is the clock. Now, we thought a lot when we were designing Apple Watch about how to really reveal all of the great ecosystem of applications on this device. And we wanted to build it in a way that was really easy to find and use. So we've connected it to the digital crown. So if I press the digital crown at the top here, it takes me out to my applications. Very easy to get out to my apps. Now, when I'm here, you can see the clock is the center of the universe. And the apps you frequently use, you might put around the clock here. You can arrange these how you like. And I can pan just by simply swiping on the screen here. I can go from one area to another of my applications. I can also get an overview of all of my apps just by rotating the crown. I will
Just
zoom
that
out to the
navigation
universe
is
of
just
apps.
odd
You can
to
arrange
me.
this just how you like. And by tapping, you can go right into a neighborhood of apps. And if you'd like to go back to the clock, you press the crown, and it brings you right back. to the
Yeah,
clock
that's
again.
weird.
Now, to launch apps, it's very
know, it
simple. Of course, you just tap
seems-
on one of them. Here's the clock. Now,
I
the
don't
watch
know.
faces can be customized just
I'd have to use it
I
to really
think-
make a
different ones.
judgment.
You can arrange
The,
them
the
just for
navigation
yourself.
seems
And
novel.
to customize your watch face, you just force touch on the display, and it goes back a little bit. Now I can simply swipe over here. And I can
What's
choose
funny
another
is
watch
the
face. So if I like this one, I can
Vita,
tap on it.
PlayStation Vita,
That's
Vita
now my
sort of
watch
uses
face.
a
I
similar
can also
thing with the
customize the appearance
circles
and
like that, but
functionality of
it's in
these
a more of a
faces.
grid
So
format.
again, if I force touch here, it will bring me out, and I can choose Customize. And here I can change the color of the face. Just by rotating the crown, I can change the color here and slide in some different
Thank you.
colors on my watch. Or if I want to change the functionality of this face, I can just swipe over, and the green outline shows me what I'm currently changing. So I'll change the center area just by rotating the crown again. You can see I have a variety of information I can pull in here right on my watch face. This is my next meeting, which I use a lot, so I'll keep this just by force touching. Let's look at a couple of other faces we have here. This is one of my favorite ones. This is called the astronomy face, and it shows you where you are in the Earth. So if you wake up and forget where you are, you can just look here. And you can go fly to the moon. If you tap on the bottom left here, it will actually fly me over to the moon.
Oh, wow.
This is the current moon phase. We scheduled our event on a nice full moon, so this will look great here. And
so they're going
I
through
can
all the
rotate
faces.
the crown here, and it will advance time. So you can see I can go forward and look at the new moon. I can see where the next quarter one's happening and the next full in about a month. So it's a lot of fun to play with some of these faces as well. In addition to the Earth and the Moon, I can zoom out even further.
The Earth, the Moon, the stars.
And you can see
fly
all the
to the
planets.
moon.
This is the actual position of the planets right now for this time.
Wow.
And if you forget which planets are which, I can just double tap here and it will give me a little cheat sheet so I can see which is which. So let's fly back here now to the Earth. So that's a great watch face.
So on the watch, it says design review. So it's still very.
It does say that?
Yeah. So it's not done yet. Look at it.
Now, in addition to
So this is not coming out till
4 p.m. design review.
It's really important to look at other
You're
information
right.
as well.
Holy
So how do we
cow.
represent that in a really glanceable way? So we've created something called glances.
By the way, but while this is going on, you can follow us on Twitter. You can follow me at Andrew Zarian, Culmination for Josh, and of course Suncast for Twitter, GFQ Network for the network. If you're watching on any number of our websites, you go to gfqlive.tv. We have an interactive chat room there. You could join the chat. You could hang out. About 200 people in there right now on gfqlive.tv in the chat room. We're going to be taking phone calls after What the Tech. So that's about 4 p.m. East. We're going to be doing phone calls, and we want to hear from you guys. So we'll give the phone number out. We'll do all that at that time.
Into the speakers in this room, so it will sound really good. So let's listen to a little Coldplay here.
Does it have a microphone? Is what I want to know.
Now you can control tracks and volume, everything you'd expect right here from your watch. And when you're done with glances, you just swipe down.
I'm going to tell you something, though. This is a very, like I have a watch on right here. This movement, this movement is very unnatural for me. It's you know what I mean? Like doing this is not a very natural movement for my hand.
They won't be able to tell that you're getting notified. It's very subtle, but you'll feel it on your own wrist. And you can choose what information, of course, will come and notify you on your watch. And if you do choose to look at something that's coming in, you just raise your wrist, and the notification will come in, just like this. Here's a calendar invitation. Excellent. I'm invited to the karaoke outing, finally, with Eddie. So I can swipe up here, and I can just see information about where it's at and time. And then I have buttons that are
the
specific
same
to
way
that
you
type
use
of
an
notification.
LGG watch with
Different
swiping
buttons will
up
come
or
with
swiping
different
away.
notifications. Here it's a calendar invite, so I can accept or decline, or maybe I'm totally going to go accept. Now, you might also get other notifications. Here's one from Johnny. Am I going with Love Shack or Wild Thing? I think he's teasing me. I'm going to press reply. Now, we've created something called QuickBoard to enable really quick replies to messages that you're getting. And you can see here we've actually
you can't just say it like on my watch.
And picked out some things you might want to just tap on and send back. So I'm not going to tell Johnny what I'm seeing. It's a secret, of course.
Oh, it does have audio. There's a
now I
microphone
can also use
button.
dictation to reply. That will send either an audio recording of my voice, or I can convert that to text and send it, or I can use a new selection of animated emoji that we've created for Apple Watch. Let's use an emoji. So I'm going to tap there, and we've got a great collection here of emoji. These are hands, hearts, and then also faces. I think I'll choose a face to send back to Johnny. Now, when you're actually sending a face here, you can control both the eyes and the mouth to get just the right expression you'd like to send to somebody.
Oh my
So
God! I can't believe they're discussing this.
One, if I change the eye.
Who's going to use this?
If I want to do something
12-year-olds?
with the mouth here, I can change that. I think that's perfect to send back to Johnny. All right. And so I'll just press send. Now that's sending an animated emoji to Johnny. He can view that on his phone or his watch, and it has the same kind of lively character that I just created. And that lets you send a lot of emotion without interacting very much at all on your watch. There's a lot that Apple Watch can do. I'm going to show you a few more things here.
I mean,
so we can
I guess I'm
Siri just by
insane here.
pressing the digital crown here and ask a question like, what?
Digital crown.
Digital crown. Oh my God!
All right, how much is it? What's the battery life?
Yeah.
What's the size of the screen? I don't care about all this gimmick.
Yeah, I'm not. I really don't care about the emojis. I know they're trying to fill time here, but They could do a lot more.
I would do that one time ever, and that
What
would
movies
be
are
it.
playing tonight in Cupertino?
Ugh.
I mean, Siri integration,
God,
that's
it's using
good.
Siri,
Go out
no
and
way
check
it
that
works.
information. It comes back with a list of movies.
Do you want me
that
to
are playing
search for
around
that
this
on the
year
web?
at Cupertino. And I can use the crown to scroll this, or I can use my finger to scroll the list. Now, I'll just tap on Guardians of the Galaxy, because that one looks really cool. And you can see we get some very nice poster art there. We can see the ratings, who's in the movie, lots of information, including showtime, synopsis. So you can use a lot of Siri functionality right here on your wrist with Apple Watch. Now, we also looked at how you can carry your photos with you. And it's almost like having a little locket of photos right here with you. So we've got a Photos app here. And now, of course, precious photos number in the hundreds rather than a couple. So here you can see an overview, much like you can on your iPhone. Now, though, I can use the digital crown to zoom right in to photos and see which ones I'd like to look at. Or I can easily just pan around and look at photos from different times. And if I'd like to, I can tap on photos and bring them in larger on the screen here. And I can look at them one by one just by swiping. So this is a really great way to bring your precious photos with you. Now, by default, all of the photos that you favorite on your iPhone or your Mac will just show up on your Apple Watch. It can be any collection that you like to show here. One other app I'd like to show you is Maps, which is amazing to have a Maps application on such a little device. So let's tap on Maps here. Of course, it shows me where I'm at here at Flint Center, and I can pan around just by swiping. So we can see the neighborhood. I can also zoom out with the crown. If I rotate the crown, it zooms me out. I can see more of the area. You can see this is really tightly connected as I'm rotating the crown, super responsive. I can also pan around this view, and if I'd like to get back to where I am, I can press on the bottom left, and it takes me right there. Now, if I'd like to look for things around me, you can bring up a context menu for Maps by force touch. And here I have a search command, and I can find things by dictation, my favorites, or if I recently searched for things, I can just tap on those. So we've got Whole Foods here. Let's get directions to Whole Foods. I'll just tap there. And it's going to calculate, find the local Whole Foods here. And you got the hours, and you have also a phone number if you'd like to call Whole Foods, and you have directions, walking and driving. So let's get walking directions to Whole Foods. So it's figuring out the best way to get there now. And I'm going to press start, and it's going to do a little simulated walk so you can see how it goes here. Now, while you're walking, Apple Watch will give you taptic feedback on each turn.
Well, I'll tell you something.
So
I mean, I walk in the city a lot, and not having my phone out trying to find a building really would be useful.
Which way to go. It's like having this invisible guide with you.
I mean, they have this on the watch I currently have, and it buzzes my wrist when I'm supposed to make a turn. It's pretty cool.
That's Maps on Apple Watch. Now, the last app I'd like to show you is one that we worked on a lot in terms of communication. We thought hard about how to enable a new form of communication, given that we have the taptic engine and you're wearing Apple Watch. We've created something called Digital Touch. And you get to your friends with Digital Touch by pressing this button right below the digital crown. And there are my friends. Of course, you can choose who you'd like to have here in your friend list. And I can communicate with someone just by tapping. So I'll tap here on my friend Jeff. And I can either phone him, or I can send him a message. Or if I tap right in the center, I can create this new form of digital touch communication with Jeff. And here I can draw and tap and have a much richer live communication with Jeff. He and I go out to lunch a lot, so we've now established this little code. When we're getting hungry, we can just tap each other, and we'll feel it on our wrist. So I'll just do the triple tap here for going to lunch. We'll see if Jeff is getting hungry like I am right now. OK, so we do this a lot. That means what's for lunch, so I know that. So I know that Jeff really loves sushi, so I'm going to bring up the color picker and pick a nice blue color, and I'm going to draw a fish. So I know how much Jeff loves sushi. Drawing in front of millions of people is really fun. OK, there's my fish. What do you think? So that's being sent now.
Oh, God.
Jeff is really excited. I don't know if you noticed, he just sent me his heartbeat. He doesn't always do that. This is a special day. And that's not just an emoji. That actually is reading the heart rate off of Jeff's wrist with Apple Watch and sending me his heartbeat so I can feel it on my wrist. That's never been done before. It's a really great aspect of this new form of communication with digital touch. So those are just a few things on Apple Watch. And I was happy to give you a little glimpse at what Apple Watch does.
We need pricing, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Great. You can send each other heartbeats.
And the feed is down again. They spend more time on this than the iPhone.
Yeah, the beautiful iPhone that you're going to leave in your pocket now so you can look at this ugly thing on your wrist. Sounds right.
Let's see if we can get it back.
Hello?
I'm waiting. I'm trying to get the feedback.
Oh.
There we go.
John, are you buying it?
If I tap on that, it will just launch the app. And here I can view things on my timeline, look at trending tweets, or I can actually tweet from my Apple Watch.
I mean, I'm really surprised by the UI because it's nothing like we've seen with iOS.
When you're traveling with Apple Watch, it's really great. American Airlines has created a great experience all the way from checking in with one tap on your watch all the way through.
I mean, I guess they're looking at it like a
Starwood Hotels is creating this great
notification
app for
center.
Apple Watch that lets you check into the hotel, and you can unlock your hotel room door by waving your watch in front of the door. And that will be available across all W hotels in the springtime around the world. City Mapper enables you to get mass transit directions, and it will also remind you to get off at the right stop just by using Tap Show Waiter on your wrist. Pinterest, when you've pinned sites in cities you're traveling to, it can remind you when you get near them and give you walking directions to them. BMW lets you see the charge level in your car, and if you forgot where you parked
That's actually
it,
useful.
it'll actually show you a map of where you left your car, and then directions back to it. MLB lets you see the current sports scores. Honeywell lets you control the temperature in your home. With the Lutron app, you can control the lighting and the scenes in your home with one tap. With the Nike app, you can challenge your friends to go for a run. These are just some of the examples of the great apps that are already underway for Apple Watch, and we just can't wait to see what developers are going to create on this great new platform. Thank you very much.
Great job. It's amazing what you can do
It's amazing.
from your wrist. And I'd like to spend a moment talking about yet one.
Jeez.
Well, there it is.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I really don't.
These Apple ones go so much longer. I remember Steve Jobs used to wrap it all up in an hour.
I mean, I'm curious about the price. The price point is what's going to sell this device.
Yes.
And since it's a companion device, obviously you need an iPhone. They can't really price it that tremendously high.
Right. And a Pebble watch right now is $129, I believe. A LG G watch is $179, and the new Moto watch, I believe, is $250. Is that right? $249.
An Apple Watch.
Yeah.
The first is
$229.
the Fitness app. The Fitness
Okay, I'm
app
curious about the
monitors
Fitness app.
all of your activity and movement throughout the day. And the second is the Workout app. The Workout app allows you to set specific goals for specific types of workouts, like cycling or running. We've built.
You built what?
They built not a reliable server, I'll tell you that. Whatever's going on there. I mean, they're going to go down the, all the functionality of using this as to monitor your health and to use it for fitness, which is going to be a huge selling point for this device. I mean, you have the Nike band, which they don't make anymore, but
right.
I mean, something like that is extremely useful. Let me try.
And small.
Yeah. So the audio is cut out for the feed, but they're going through everything. They're showing the sensors again, all day fitness, so you're going to be able to track everything you're doing. I mean, there's a couple stories here. One,
collaborative effort across Apple, and it's just such an honor to work with the team. Now, in addition to the work we've been doing, we've also been working to enable third-party developers to extend their apps to Apple Watch. And apps are, of course, something we pioneered.
I thought he stepped away. And now we came back.
Who? Glitch?
This guy.
The fitness guy?
This guy talking.
Movement.
There we go.
I don't know
It
this
has a
guy.
custom sensor that can measure intensity.
Or the Bill
tracking
Gates
your heart
guy?
rate. And it uses the GPS and Wi-Fi in your iPhone to track how far you've moved. We wanted to give you the most complete picture of your all-day activity, and not just highlight the quantity of movement, but the quality and frequency as well.
So another video package. So we're going to see a video package for this thing over and over again.
Yeah,
I am not. Listen. Here's the problem with this device, and
it means any activity done at the level of a brisk walk or above.
Expectation is set so high for this thing because
So
of those
high.
stupid mock-ups on the internet that it was not going to live up to its expectations for many, many people. Now, if you have an iPhone and this is $129 or $149, I could see you buying this.
This may seem like a small thing.
But this is not an innovative.
$299?
I personally would never pay $299 for this. But I wouldn't pay $299 for any of these devices.
There's also a dedicated workout app to provide more detailed measurement when you need it most. You can select your workout from a list of popular activities, then set a goal based on how long you want to work out, the number of calories you want to burn, or the distance you want to go.
Boy, the blue one really looks great.
I thought you were serious on that. Yeah, they're showing the blue one now.
Workout. See an entire summary of your session.
It just looks like a Rev 1 Apple iWatch, to be
The
honest.
fitness app on the iPhone stores all your activity data and lets you see your workout history whenever you want. It also shares your data with the Health app, where it can be accessed by health and fitness related.
What is this voiceover person with like a voice problem?
Over time, Apple Watch actually gets to know you the way a good personal trainer would. It's designed to deliver intelligent reminders to keep you motivated and on track. And it can suggest.
I mean, why can't the audio work?
Because it can't. Because it's 2014.
I mean, it's essentially. I don't know. I mean, it's not. The design is what everybody else is doing. This is expected. So
I really hope they were going to do that thin Nike Fuel Band style, like horizontal display. I don't know, revolutionize it, not just throw all the apps on a thing and say it's a universe.
I mean, the problem is we're not. It does look like a universe. The problem is we are not there technologically. We don't. That device does not exist. If it did, everybody else would be doing it that way.
That's true.
Everybody wanted that curved glass style, you know.
We could not be more excited about bringing these health and fitness features to the Apple. Activity and movement throughout the day. And the second is the workout app. The workout app allows you to set specific goals for specific types of workouts, like cycling or running. We've built
You built what?
What do they build?
Let's see what I can read you. Anything here? Over time, Apple Watch gets to know you the way a good personal trainer would. Intelligent reminders keep you motivated and on track. It stores your workout data, shows history, shares data with iPhone's Health app. It's a precise timepiece with an incredible ability to customize. New way to communicate directly from your wrists. Comprehensive health and fitness device, and so much more.
I mean, this device is not coming out this week, guys.
No.
I think a lot of people are messaging saying, "Oh, it's going to come out on the 19th." No. I mean, I guess they have to hit the. There we go.
So this has been a really collaborative effort across Apple, and it's just such an honor to work with the team. Now, in addition to the work we've been doing, we've also been working to enable third-party developers to.
Why does it keep redoing that? So it's going to work on the.
Right in the lock
there we go.
screen of your iPhone. It's really cool. Of course, Apple Watch works with iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, but we've also designed it so that it will work with iPhone 5, iPhone 5C, and iPhone 5S.
Oh, look at that. That's nice for people who don't want to get a new phone.
This means that over 200 million people already can use Apple Watch.
That's smart.
Now, we expect the usage of Apple Watch through the day to be incredible because there's so many different things you can do with it. And so we've designed it so that it's simple to charge at night. We're using inductive charging. It has a magnet and it aligns perfectly to the back of the watch. It is so simple and elegant. It's something only Apple could do. Apple Watch starts at only $349.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh, that didn't give a big pop there.
And it will be available early next year. And it is worth the wait. We think people are going to love to use Apple Watch. They're going to love to wear it.
So it's more than a phone.
Functional, yet incredibly beautiful. It empowers people and enriches their lives.
Holy
Apple
moly.
Watch is the most personal device Apple has ever
It's more than
created.
an iPad 2,
So
right? An iPad 2 gives
excited
way much
about
more.
Apple Watch, and I hope you are as well.
At $299, I would have been like, okay, I can stand it.
It's been an incredibly
Ridiculous.
fun morning for us. You've seen the
So
iPhone
fun.
6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. These are the best iPhones we've ever made. And they have amazing larger displays, but more importantly, they're better in every single way. It's the biggest advancement in the history of iPhone. And
Wow.
Apple Pay. It's going to change the way you pay
Apple
for things
Pay.
forever. And
Forever.
everything you need is right in your iPhone 6 and 6 Plus.
So if you lose it, you're
Now,
going to freak out.
It also works with another product. Apple Pay will work with Apple Watch.
Why is that so amazing? Just never seen it.
Everything you need is built right into Apple Watch. And so now, the foundation of Apple is built on the best personal computers in the world with the Macintosh, the best tablets in the world with iPad, the best phones in the world with iPhone, made even better today with iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, running the world's most advanced mobile operating system with iOS 8. We couldn't be more excited that iOS 8 is finding its way into other parts of people's lives with HomeKit, HealthKit, and CarPlay. And now adding Apple Watch. Apple Watch, the most
No stats
personal
shown, by the
device
way.
we've ever created. It will redefine what people expect from a watch. Now, there's one other thing I'd like to talk about.
What?
And that is our love for music. Music runs deep in Apple's DNA, and it runs through the core of all of our products. Apple changed the way people listen to music a decade ago, and iTunes has been at the center of that experience.
They're changing iTunes.
We celebrate our love for music with the iTunes Festival, and it is going on as we speak in London at the historic Roundhouse. Tonight, Sam Smith will be performing. Over the years, we've had some of the best musical artists in history performing at the iTunes Festival, and some of the best performing at our own Apple events. And through that time, we've built a very deep relationship with the music industry and the artists that make it up. A decade ago,
we're gonna pop.
we began a very deep collaboration with one of the best bands of all time.
Here we go.
Bono.
And that band
hello.
is U2.
Oh, Pop. Today we have Daniel Bryan.
U2 has agreed to perform for you today. And we could not be more excited about this. U2 is among the most respected artists in the world, among the best-selling. They've won more Grammy Awards than any single band in history. They're a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And as accomplished as they are in music, they have also made incredible accomplishments by focusing on human rights causes and the advancement of the human race. It is an incredible honor for us to have U2 join us on stage and perform.
All right, U2. So I guess that's it. We're done.
Hello.
U2's coming out. All right, guys, to wrap it up, by the way, we have What the Tech coming up with Paul Thurrott. We're going to be recapping this along with everything else. And then at 4 o'clock, we're going to be taking phone calls from you guys on the post show, on the Patreon show. It's a special show we do on patreon.com. People who donate obviously get access to it after the fact. But if you're watching live, you can watch it. Go to our website, gfknetwork.com. So to sum it up, Colm, I'll go to you first. What do you make of everything?
Beautiful new phones. I think they did a great job hitting it out of the park with iPhone 6. No announcement about Beats or anything about headphones, so I'm disappointed in that. Apple Pay, really not revolutionary to me. I've seen it used before with NFC. And the iWatch, I think it's a good watch and definitely something people will want, but at $349, that's a hard sell when there are other alternatives out there for $129, $179.
Well,
so
if you have an iPhone, what is your alternative?
A Pebble Watch.
Other than that?
I don't think there is one.
Yeah.
A Nike Fuel Band.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. John, how about you?
There you go.
Oh, I got no audio from you, John.
Oh, sorry, I turned my mic down. Can I just say ditto?
Yeah. I mean, the phone is beautiful. The phone is everything you want it to be. The phone is exactly where you want to be with it. The pricing is exactly where you want it to be. The 64 gigs is a great touch. The fact that they've gone up 32 gigs, that's phenomenal. There's nothing bad I could say about the phone. The announcement was the announcement. It was everything you thought it would be. The phone, the pricing baffles me. But let's see how well it does. But if you have an iPhone, and you can't use the Moto X, you can't use any of them. So really, it's not this crazy price point. Samsung is pricing them at $349, $299. I mean, they're doing the same exact thing. So really, the price point is where the price point's going to be. I'm not impressed by the overall design, but I'm not impressed with any of them. I don't want just a screen on my phone.
It is the most non-Apple product
I've ever seen.
Date, I think.
Yeah.
It looks like Samsung
Apple
made it.
Yeah, it's very non-Apple-like. So, but this is where the technology is, guys. This is where we're at. So we'll see what happens with that. So we're going to wrap up this show. What the Tech is going to start in about 10 minutes. I'm going to have Paul on. Again, Culmination, at Colm's on Twitter, at Culmination, at Suncast for John. I'm at Andrew Zarian. You can follow the GFK Network. Again, if you want to help us out, you want to support us, you like what you saw, you could use our Amazon link, gfk.co/Amazon. You could, whenever you buy something, use our little link. We got a tiny little credit. The portion of the sale goes to us, obviously. And that's it, guys. We'll see you all, I guess, next year, right? We'll see you all at WWDC, I guess. So next one we're doing. Or if there's an iPad event, whenever the next event is.
An iPad announcement.
See you guys later.